faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, it's a raven! No, it's a plane! Wait, this is the wrong hero. Oh well, it may be the wrong hero, but he does all that anyways. This is the Canadian Shield!
There is a sixth dimension beyond that which is known to man. A multiverse as vast as eternity, as timeless as the Infinity Gems. It is the middle ground between the big two and the indie publishers, between sci-fi and mysticism, and it lies between the pages of the reader's imagination. At the summit of entertainment, the dimension of comics, where a humble service is held. We call this service the Gospel of Comics.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, The Church of Failure, and with me, as always, is my trusty co-host, Ayrton. Uniquely Canadian, eh? How you doing today, buddy?
Oh, doing pretty good. How about you?
Well, I've been better, but it cost more, as per usual. I didn't have the overlay up, but I do want to put it up on the stream. You can definitely donate to Ayrton's Lunch Money Fund at streamlab.com/Church of Failure. Get him an Arizona iced tea and some Lance crackers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure the guy has, some nutritional value in his life. But with that
Besides
stated,
just
that's not nutritional. With that stated, I would like to introduce our very special guest for this evening, Rick Piper and DillardDraws. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, one of us is very special.
I'm doing good, eh?
Well, Rick Piper is very special. You're very special, Ed, but, we'll give it to you.
He took my joke and he made it dumb.
Well, that's what I do. I live up to my name, Church of Failure. Don't give me shit.
I have a question about that, and I'm sorry about I didn't provide you with a proper Twitter logo. That's my old Halloween one.
Okay. What's your question?
But usually when people talk about a church of something, like Latter-day Saints or whatever, it's usually something they worship. Why did you decide on Church of Failure?
Well, it's actually...
What is it about failure that you think is,
It's worshipable? Well, actually...
worth discussing, at least.
It's definitely worth discussing. There are several people that will know this because they have heard the story before, but I will rehash it for the guest. There used to be a halfway relevant show on YouTube called The Kumite. Are you familiar with this, Dillard?
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, well, one of the co-hosts for The Kumite before it self-destructed was Failure Accomplished. Well, he had like 15 different YouTube channels because you know how YouTube does when you're a spicy boy.
Mm-hmm.
So he had like 15 different YouTube channels, one of which was the Church of Failure. One episode of the Kumite, the main host, what was his fucking name? I can never remember. He's so irrelevant. Tonka Trucks,
yeah,
I think it
hard
was. Tonka Trucks, the rolling wheel. He was going off on how buildings should never have Twitter accounts. And I just, knew that Failure had a channel called The Church of Failure and made a Twitter account called Church of Failure. And the rest is kind of history.
Hey, well, there you go. Thank you for the explanation.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah. Now we know what it's all about, eh?
But I want to thank you for having me. I'm super stoked to be here.
Oh man, we always love having you. You're a great guest. You had me on your show.
Especially when you're sitting there yelling at Alexa before the show.
Look,
Well, I had to pass my time. I was assuming this show was going to take place at 7, not 7:33.
I apologize. I work for a living. I'm sorry.
I had to get my rope shaken out of my system for the day.
Well, look,
Fair enough.
Look, you could just get drunk like the rest of us, okay?
Well, I'm high on life, man.
Well, I'm I'm about to start drinking some Buffalo Trace, but why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself for those that may not know who you are, even though you've both been on here several times. But
All right, I guess I'll start. My name is John Dillard. I have a YouTube channel, goes by the name DillardDraws. On that channel, I do fun stuff. We have live hangouts. I have actually a pretty fun game we just started season 2 of. It's called Scribbattle. It's like a mixture of Pictionary and what is that? What is that other one that came out? Scribblio. It's kind of like that, like a mixture between Scribblio and Pictionary. And we have a couple of artists on, and we draw as best we can in 2 minutes, and everything ends up looking really shitty, and we make fun of each other, and we give away prizes.
fantastic.
Nice.
But before you go further, I think I just heard someone kicking the door down.
Yeah. So I'm
Well,
here.
attempting.
Hold on. Don't you have
I
intro
didn't-
music? What are you doing?
I tried
couldn't
to
get it
play
to
it. It
work.
didn't go through. I was actually going to tell you about that. It didn't go. It didn't work. My intro music didn't work.
You're being a bitch, is what you're telling me.
I should have intro music. Rick, why don't I have intro music?
I don't know.
Yeah!
Hey,
That's beautiful. No bullshit, dude. I was this close to having that be my brother's intro song for his best man speech at my wedding.
well, I didn't want to interrupt your guests. I really didn't mean to. I guess it was inopportune timing. I just wanted to get in and interrupt before you guys get too into your show because I don't know anything about Canadian
Well,
Shield. So.
Let's let Rick Piper introduce himself, and then you can have your Who Cares
Sure
segment
thing.
real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, buddy.
Mr. One and
Hey,
Only
everybody.
Rick Piper. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm from here up north, eh? Well, to some of you. No, I'm Rick Piper of Cross Comics. I've got a YouTube channel. I've got Twitter. Got a lot of the social media. So you can find me on a lot of them. And I've got my first Indiegogo up, the Canadian Shield, issue number 1. And that's what we're here to talk about, folks.
Now, the YouTube channel and the Indiegogo are both linked in the description down below. We're going to look at the Indiegogo here in a few minutes, but before that, let's go ahead and let Denny get his piece in because I'm pretty sure he's pretty well sauced.
So,
Dan-
what's going on?
No, did you hear me?
No, I didn't. I cut out for a second.
Oh, I was going to say, let's go ahead and let you get your Who Cares segment in because you're pretty well sauced, which you just proved my point.
Yes, yeah. Well, whether or not I'm sauced, Discord still sucks. Yeah, I really don't have a set topic. I just wanted to come in and chit chat for a second. Do you guys want to talk about how DC's 5G is retarded, or do you guys want to talk about how Tonka Sauce sucks? Or do you guys want to talk about Gail Simone?
I'm going to leave it up to the guest.
Well, I know about the 5G thing, but I don't know anything about it yet, except, it's probably going to suck. All these reboots by DC suck.
Yeah, exactly. All these reboots by DC suck. I lost interest after a Countdown. I thought, okay, I'll be invested. I'll try and stick with this reboot. And then it's like New 52. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try and pay attention to New 52. And then it's like Flashback. And it's like, oh, you guys can fucking lick my balls. You suck. I'm sick of doing this. I'm sick of doing this over and over. I'm not buying your stupid reboots every 6 months when you decide to release them. And the idea for 5G is just... it's so nonsensical. Like,
What
why
is
would they?
what is the
why would
idea?
they do
Because
that?
I'm checked out of mainstream comics and have been for like 6 months. So what's the
Okay, so 5G, DC's 5G would be the fifth, quote unquote, the 5th generation of DC superhero, whatever that means. But really, it was just a clever tie-in because AT&T owns DC, and they're trying to.
Well, it
ramp
makes
their
perfect
5G
sense.
program.
It makes absolutely perfect sense because anything that has to do with cell phones makes 400 million times more money than comic books.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're trying to sell it to a market that's there to buy comic books, they're totally interested in.
Didn't they already do that with Deceased and the anti-life equation spreading through social media? Like, I feel like they played their cell phone card already.
Play yourself, sucker.
See, it's not only that, Church, but it's woke, and that's the speculation behind why Dan DiDio left and why there was such controversy behind its release. A lot of people that worked at DC chose to exit upon the announcement of this because they vehemently fought against it. And then Dan DiDio was unceremoniously ousted from DC Comics. It's very woke. Batman is going to be some black guy called Blackwing or Batwing, which I guess he's an established character. I don't know about Batwing.
African Batman from Batman Inc., right?
I think it's Lucas Fox. No, his son is, I think, going to be Batman.
No, wasn't that the Signal?
Yeah.
I thought Batwing was the plane.
Well, that just goes to show how bad of an idea this is. Nobody knows who Batman is, but he's going to be the new Batman.
Isn't that an ingredient in a lot of voodoo?
Jonathan Kent is going to be the new Superman. Teen Lantern, you remember that stupid teenage girl that hacked into a Green Lantern battery with her laptop? No, you don't.
Bendis' daughter, right?
Because it was a bad story.
No, we all know Bendis' daughter. She's been in every comic book he ever wrote.
Green Lantern ring. She's going to be the new Green Lantern. Who's the Flash bad guy with the cold powers? Captain Cold?
Yes.
Yeah.
His son is going to be the new Flash, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, I know, right? It sounds awful. It sounds so awful.
I feel like I've heard something about this before, and aren't they going to continue printing legacy stories at like an $8 price tag?
I believe they're going to continue with like the classic DC universe, but they're really going to try and push. They need. I don't know if either of you have been keeping up with any of the guests have been keeping up with Ethan Van Sciver's videos on it. But this is like what DC needs. They're trying to do this to prove they're viable as a publisher. Hey, don't eliminate our publishing wing. Up. Yeah, don't eliminate our publishing wing because we can still put out interesting stories. Look at how interesting this 5G is. But it's just such a bad idea. Why isn't Terry Gilliss the new Batman? Everybody likes Batman Beyond. Why wouldn't they make that the new Batman if they're going for some future thing? What happened?
Enough.
Well,
Superboy being the Superman prodigy. Why isn't Superboy relevant within like the Superman like he was supposed to be the contingency for the next Superman, but now this fucking punk Jonathan Kent with nothing to do and nothing to say shows up.
Hold on. Super Sons was probably the best thing to come out of Rebirth. I'm sorry. I did keep up with that.
Maybe. Sure.
It gave Damian Kent.
Maybe.
It gave Damian Wayne depth. It gave Jonathan Kent a purpose. It made the two.
Okay.
It made the two.
You didn't like Sexy Lobo?
Well,
no,
I'm not a big fan of Jonathan Kent. I'm not a big fan of Jonathan Kent, but what I will say is there are multiple alternative suitable Batmans. You have Dick Grayson, you have Terry Gilliss, you have Damian Wayne. You could introduce different characters into the Justice League, like Static Shock. Like, why? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anything they're doing and why.
Well,
I love Static Shock. Static Shock is pimp.
Real quick, Denny, are you entirely too plastered to be awake in about 45 minutes to an hour?
No, I can stay up till then.
Okay.
Do we believe him?
Well, if we don't, I mean, we'll just continue as normal. But I do want to get the main purpose of the show out of the way, and this is a much more in-depth discussion than I thought it was going to be. So let's get to pimping the Canadian Shield.
Yeah, no, everybody go contribute to the Canadian Shield. Go buy it. I'm sure it's cool. I will get out of everybody's hair. I just want to
you can stick around.
Come in and bother everybody.
No, you can stick around or you can come back.
I'll be listening.
Okay.
I got some stuff to do, some drawing to work on, so I'll be back maybe in an hour or so.
Yeah, you got some drawings to work on.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, thanks for jumping on, and we'll see you in just a little bit to continue this riveting discussion, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to get so far off track that we don't have time to cover the Shield.
Yeah, no, I get it. Sorry for derailing everything, but that's kind of
you're good. That's your job.
Yeah.
That's what I don't pay you for.
At all.
See you guys. Thanks for lending me your time. Everybody, go back Canadian Shield.
And as you guys can see,
Thank you, Denny.
anybody watching the stream, I've got the Canadian Shield pulled up. With 9 days left, we are just under, or just over $600 from funding this book.
Yes, $635.
So, with that said, I'm going to do something that I have only done one or two other. Have I only done it twice, Ayrton?
What thing?
Oh, that thing where I personally go and back the book live on air.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, I think you've only done it once.
Yeah. That was no, you weren't on the first time I did it. You were only on the second time. But anyway,
this is very exciting. Are we going to see you actually like put in your personal information and all?
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, you're going to see all of that.
Yeah. My name is Ayrton J. McCartney. I live in Detroit, Michigan, in a trash can, and I call into the show on a car phone from 1985.
You live in a trash can? You sure your name's not Oscar?
That's what the J stands for, Oscar. Now I'm looking through the perks here, and I just want to go through them. You've got a bit sketchy plus the ash can, 85 USD. I'm going to use US dollars because Canadian dollars don't count. People getting this perk will get both covers signed plus a sketch of Cross Comics character with their choice of 12 by 18 paper on a 140-pound cold press. What does that mean? Do I actually get the 140? How are you going to ship 148 pounds for $85?
I don't get how I don't get the paper thing. I just know on the cover of my thing for my paper it says 140 pounds. So people who know what it actually means can tell you.
You also
what it actually means. What it does actually mean is that it's a heavier grade of cardstock they use for. It's heavier than typical Bristol that you see, which is about 100 to 120 pound Bristol, which is normal comic pages. His are the more high quality.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You also get John Dillard's Buckler Ash Can. All perks have free
shipping. The superior book, the Buckler Ash Can.
Ooh, we're about to have it out.
I just want a sketch of your left hand.
Yeah, we'll take him out today.
Can I just get a sketch of your left hand? It says you get a choice.
I'm right-handed, absolutely. That's perfect.
Well, it says you get a choice of Cross Comics characters, but I want you're right-handed, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. Most artists are left-handed, so I just assumed. I want a sketch of your drawing.
Are left-handed. Hey, this hand's going to be in the Smithsonian one day, mark my word.
That's right. But you choose the character.
Hairy palms and all.
That's got to be included in the sketch if I back at this level. But for $5, just $5, ladies and gentlemen, you get a digital copy of the Canadian Shield. For $10, you can get just the 8-page ash can of the Buckler. For
it doesn't seem to be going down on YouTube with what you're saying. At all. It doesn't seem to be going down the page on YouTube.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the perks on my own personal browser, so I don't dox myself. But I'll look at the perks on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Okay.
For $10, you get the Buckler Ash Can. For $20, you get an unsigned copy, and I believe you get your choice of covers between Rick's cover and John's cover.
That is correct. And once you select the perk, underneath it'll say you might like these things, and you can get the buckler ash can with that for $5 extra.
So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. For $25, you can get a buckler ash can and a copy of the Canadian Shield. So, I mean, what do you got to lose? Free shipping on all perks. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you waiting? Why isn't this funded already? Like, this should be funded 5 minutes ago as soon as I announced the campaign. But wait, I'm not Ethan Van Sciver. I'm sorry. Full disclosure, I think I said this in the chat earlier, but I've been listening to an old Nick Rekieta stream, and he debated Jason Youngbluth on one of those shows, and
you're breaking up a little bit there, Church.
Don't tell me how to live my fucking life. That's because if I'm not looking at Discord, my voice chat goes to shit. Anyway, on the Nick Rekieta show, Jason Youngbluth and Ethan Van Sciver had a debate about whether or not Comicsgate was a racket. Now, I don't know that we've ever gotten either one of these guests' full thoughts on Comicsgate as a quote-unquote movement, or whether it was just indie comics or Comicsgate. Like, where do you two guys stand?
I say it's a movement. I say I'm Comicsgate. You know, I don't believe in all the drama that goes on in it. You know, just leave the drama at the door. I'm here to try and sell a comic book. You know.
Fucking amen.
You know.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Not me though. I'm all about that drama.
Well, you're all about the drama.
See,
but
well, I think that I'm 100% CG from the fucking old school. But I think that it's a movement, but it cannot exist without the drama. There has to be drama. There has to be something more.
Well,
because indie comics have been around for a very, very long time. Hey! Can I finish my sentence?
No, I can mute you. This is still my channel. I can do whatever I want.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. There's gotta be something more to keep me interested because indie comics has been around for so long. But shit, man, it's boring as all hell. I mean, people are out there and I've watched these YouTube channels and I watch religiously. I watch Jim Lee's, restreams on YouTube of his Twitch show, you know what I mean? But they bore me to tears, man. I mean, this resurgence of getting people out there to actually entertain people in more than one aspect of comic books. Entertain me in comics, but also entertain me on a daily basis in a live stream, with videos that you post. Entertain me. That community, that sense of actually getting to know the person because you're getting to feel their personality because they're on a social media presence 24/7. That is, I think, integral. So I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Well, I think this kind of brings us to a different type of discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and get through the rest of the backer levels, and then we'll get back on that real quick. But I just wanted to get you guys' quick take on that, and then I'll get back to it.
Ooh, he's blue balling you there, Dillard.
No.
He's what?
No, I'm edging him. I'm just edging him. Just let me
going. And he just pulled it away.
No, just let me.
Be careful with that, man, because by the time you let it go, I'm gonna get somebody pregnant.
It's okay. I'm still jerking you off. I've just got it squeezed hard enough that you can't actually come to fruition. I'm so sorry, Rick Piper. You did this to you. For $30, you get a sign from Canada and Ashcan, which I believe is the signed covers.
Yeah, one of the books, one of the covers signed, your choice, and the Ashcan, and you can get it without the Ashcan for $25. One of the books signed.
And then you have Double Dealing, which is both covers signed.
Yeah.
You've got Double Dealing plus the Ashcan for $45. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You've got A Bit Sketchy, which is both covers signed and the Ashcan, and a 12x18 sketch. The Lorenzo, which is both covers and 2 Ashcans for $85. And both covers are signed.
No, it's 2 of each cover.
Oh.
And all 4 covers are.
Oh. Okay. I thought the little 2 meant you got two books, but yeah. So you get 4 comics and 2 Ashcans. So that's great if you have a friend that you want to get a gift to and have a copy for yourself.
Yeah.
And then there's A Passion for Art, which is both covers signed and an original page of art from the book.
Yeah.
You've got the Canadian Shield figurine tier, which is both covers signed and a custom figurine for $300 US. That figurine is 8 inches high, 5 inches wide, and 4 inches deep, which is exactly what I told your mom last night. And then, for the big baller, for the person that just wants to walk in, unzip, and slap it on the table, $1,500. You get both covers signed, a 12 by 18 sketch, an original page of art, a figurine, and a buckler ash can. People getting this perk will get everything from all perks that will be hand delivered with a bottle of maple syrup and a custom handwritten Canadian apology from Rick Piper himself to your door. He will be freely shipped to the U.S. from Canada because all perks have free shipping.
Yes.
So,
or the shipping's included. Depends on how you want to look at it.
no, I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do is, because you're so kind to do free shipping, I'm actually gonna send you a human-sized box with the mayor holes cut into it, and
I think it's illegal to do that. Well, that's in the box.
That's exactly why I'm gonna do it. You think I'm a law-abiding citizen? I'm a building. I don't subscribe to man's law. What are you doing? But those are the
very generous.
Those are the perks here. Unfortunately, I am not the one to walk in and slap it on the table because there is no table big enough for a building's penis. I'm sorry. So, I do think, however, that I want both covers signed and an ash can.
Uh-huh.
So, let's see here.
And you don't want a sketch?
No. The response isn't. The response is, "That's fantastic. Thank you very much."
No, he did it.
For fuck's sake, Rick.
No, he did it right. He did it right this time, Dillard. You got me. You got me. But who's doing the sketch?
Me.
You're doing the sketch. So you're going to draw John Dillard's right hand, Harry Palm and all.
No, it's going to be one of my characters.
Well, did John Dillard not draw something? His right hand is entirely a very important character to the story. I'm joking, obviously.
Now, so I'm going for the signed copy in the ash can. Now, can you write, when you sign it for mine, can you write "I'm sorry" on it?
If I remember. I'm sorry, I'm giving this to you. No.
Yeah, you just get an apology and no book, Ayrton.
I'd almost be okay with that.
I know this is very exciting to you folks, but this is where I support indie creators right here. $85 US for one Mr. Rick Piper and John Dillard. Now,
that's a gang of cash.
Before I hit confirm, and I know the answer before I ask the question, but I'm asking the question for, record's sake, I guess.
For posterity.
That's the word I was looking for, but again, Buffalo Trace is delicious. You guys would never dox a backer, correct?
No, never.
That's been a problem.
I don't have any kind of access to this campaign, so you don't got to worry about that.
He's not saying no, though.
That's why I'll never back one of his campaigns.
If you decide to back the butler, I'm going to have a security deposit. You can choose to pay the security deposit or not, but that's just going to prevent me from doxing you.
Okay.
That's on his campaign, not this campaign.
So let's just Just see what happens when I do this here. I'm going to pull it down for just a second. And then we'll put that back up. Let's just see. It doesn't refresh yet. It takes a minute. God damn it.
Yeah, it takes a few minutes to refresh. Don't worry.
Well, I will say that my backer number was in the 60s. So.
Well, thank you very much. You're a very generous man.
Yes.
Building. Don't misgender me, sir. Sir.
Well, I don't get it because in your, it looks like you're a transformer there.
Okay, it's went up backer number,
Yes,
but it has no
transformer.
That's right.
A former church.
Well, see, I was a church, and then I had to stand up. So, what are you gonna do?
I like to say.
Now,
fat guy.
you're a Decepticon. Is that what you're telling me?
Okay, it has gone up
All right.
to $1,450.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. So now
Congratulations, Rick.
Thank you.
see. That's
We
what.
need another $550.
That's what guilting someone live on air gets you. What was I supposed to do? Say no? I don't want your artwork.
Hey, I could have said, are you glad I didn't say, oh, you sure you don't want that Canadian figurine?
No, you're done. I can only make the one charge. I have a one backer per stream limit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, earlier, instead of saying, you sure you don't want the sketch, I could have said, you sure you don't want the figurine?
Actually, you should have, because then I would have been able to bring back up. Where did you send me that? Because that offer still stands, correct? The
the figurine here, yes, that offer is still on the table.
all right.
It hasn't been claimed yet, so there you go.
Did you send me that on Discord?
I think I did, yeah.
Can you drop it to me in either DMs or show suggestions again, so I don't have to dig through all this autism?
Sure. Let me go do that. I'll be absent for about 2 minutes. Goodbye.
While you do that, I'll just bring up Ayrton's newest lantern core, the autistic lanterns. I'll bring that up for everyone's enjoyment.
Oh, and we have some character development on that project.
Oh, do we?
Yes, his arch nemesis is Captain Chromosome, who goes around and steals chromosomes from people.
Wait,
and his tagline is "Put the chromosome in the bag."
Wait, is it an extra or a missing?
It depends on what it is. Down syndrome is an extra. Other things are missing.
So really, he should get, as a nemesis, he should be giving them out to nullify the autistic lantern's powers.
They had close to that in a Green Lantern. There was, I think, a Green Lantern, Legends of Dead Earth. There was a Green Lantern that was just crazy. You know, not crazy as in, mentally ill, but not crazy in a bad way. Just, I'm not sure how to put it. He was probably like.
Are we talking about Power Ring?
Yeah, no. This is there was one of the annuals, Legends of Dead Earth. I think it was in that one, or it could have been a different one, where the guy was he wasn't in touch with reality. So maybe not autism, but
Arcana Seinbrecht in the chat, a good friend of the show, asked, now the true test of their Canadianhood. John Dillard is not Canadian, by the way. Only Mr. Rick Piper. Gentlemen, do you watch Letterkenny?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure I've heard of them. I don't have I don't have cable, so it's too expensive.
Everything in Canada is too fucking expensive. Did you see what the shipping for Bigfoot Bill was just to Canada? It was like double the cost of the book.
Hey, that's from the States. That's from the States coming to Canada. So it's not Canada that's expensive, it's the States.
No. I'm just saying that, international shipping is 2 or 3 times the actual cost of the book. for Bigfoot Bill.
No, it is Canada's fault though, because we can get things from China imported into the U.S. for very, very cheap pennies.
Well,
And
not anymore.
if you want to send anything
Actually, Mr.
to Canada,
Mr.
it's
John-
outrageous.
Mr. John Dillard,
I'm not going to talk about coronavirus. Don't bring it up.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. There ain't shit coming out of China right now, good sir.
Well, I know I can ship for my 12 by 18 drawing, right? I can ship that cheaper to the States than I can across Canada.
Really? So it really is Canada's fault. You're confirming that.
Yeah, so America is fantastic. Yes, we know, Rick.
Yeah. It's the greatest country in the world.
Can take off the tracking when I send it to the States. I can't take off.
All right, I sent the picture to the Discord in general.
All right, I'll get that and pull it up. But is this an updated picture or the same one?
It's the same one. I'm not taking another picture. I gotta go find it.
Take another picture.
Lazy motherfucker.
I'm American. What do you want? I get my shipping cheap.
Good man. Good man. All right, I'll get this set up. It'll take just a second because I'm doing it on the fly.
While he's doing that, I have a question about your guys' your professional working relationship. So how does that work? Being international rivals and all, you two working together.
Oh, son of a bitch! Why did it turn sideways?
Because Dillard sent it the wrong way.
Yeah, but when I open, oh no, it is still sideways. God damn it!
I say it's working good. Yeah.
Well,
we may be.
Do you bring up the White House just to put Dillard in his place? Or?
I think the real question is, how did a mild-mannered Christian Canadian meet up with this degenerate, excessive masturbator?
Artistic tour de force is the word you're looking for?
No. I think the word I'm looking for is degenerate chronic masturbator and general shitposter named John Dillard.
Well, that you would have to thank Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition for that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a show on a friend of ours channel. His name's Chester Busby. He runs a show called Drawn and Quartered.
I'm
Fan Edition. It's okay. Well, there you go. And the first episode ever that was to air, it was done by a man named Pixel Trader, and that's where me and Rick, we were both competitors on that show, and I thoroughly trounced everything everybody else had to do on that show. I just completely ran away with the competition, and Rick Piper loved my artwork so much he decided to follow me around like a cur dog.
Well, that's what you do.
Oh yeah, actually, I think it's him following me around. He was on my show first.
Oh yeah. He was like, "Hey, will you come on my show? I have a show." And I was like, "I guess I got some time."
I mean, that's kind of how I do it too. So don't judge the man.
Yeah, and I think Rick Piper is a sweetheart of a guy. He's fantastic, and I've been hanging out with him ever since. I think he's a great fellow.
Rick Piper does make us all better. We're all worthless without Rick Piper. I just want to put that out. Also,
I've some free sketches thrown in his order for free.
No, I just want a handwritten Canadian apology on a bottle of maple syrup.
Well, since you got that tier, which character? Well, I guess you got to, unless you're just going to say the Canadian Shield. Which character do you want? Or
I actually want your version of the buckler.
Okay. I can do that.
Oh, Rick is furious. Listen to his voice.
I did that just for you, John.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But anybody,
I get to hold this over his head now every day.
Anybody that backs at the action figure level will also get this splash page of the Canadian Shield. Go ahead.
Actually, the first person. The first person
The
because
first and only person. Yes, Rick, we got it.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
he
just
said
saying.
any person.
Well, anyone that does it right now.
He didn't say everybody. He said anybody who backs it. The first, yeah, it means the first person.
I mean, do it right now, like as I'm speaking. Like, if you don't do it right now, you're a cuck.
It's pretty much, yeah.
And
Taking away everybody's heterosexual card.
That's right.
And we did have a 9-page. He did have a 9-page panel that. Well, he still got the 9-page panel that he was giving a
9-panel page.
No, he's Canadian. English is his second language. It's fine.
But
I would love to see how a 9-page panel would turn.
Anyways, but he's going to be cutting that up and giving all the panels away to different people. But that is all gone. That's all gone. They've all been claimed or will have been claimed. So I don't know. Why do I bring it up? Just bringing it up to bring it up.
Well,
and then you're going to be giving away artwork from the book too, right, John? For the book club.
That is correct. Anybody who backs this book, this Canadian Shield, Rick Piper's book, at any physical tier, is going to be getting at least one panel, because I'm taking every single panel out of the entire Buckler ash can, I'm chopping them up, and I'm sending them out to anybody that backs at a physical level.
Oh man, that'll be great to get Shadow Box. That'll be great. I've never thought about it.
The one person, the one person that gets the $300 tier, I'm headed over to Michael and Aaron's brother. I'm gonna get this thing framed, signed, and then shot out to whoever backs at the $300 tier.
Now,
shouldn't you sign it before you get it framed?
No, I'm gonna sign the glass.
Would that be more efficient?
No, actually signing the glass is kind of customary in certain cases. Like as a piece of artwork, because he's drawing it, he could sign it directly on the paper. But when you think about like graded baseball cards and shit like that, you kind of want the grading case signed, because any additional ink work on the actual artwork considers the piece damaged. Like that's not going to be a case here, but there is a precedent to signing the glass. Sorry.
Oh wow!
I just had to throw that in there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the blue balls that I've been fondling for the last 20 minutes, and kind of point out that there's a dichotomy between the different kinds of comic readers and creators and all that good stuff that John and I almost perfectly identify with. See, John stays interested because of the drama, the interaction, and all that stuff, whereas basically I've been an old man since I was 8 years old. I like to crack dirty jokes and all that shit, but I literally have no interest in two grown men whining at each other about grown men whining about the other. I'm here for the books. I'm here for the thing that I can hold in my hand and read and kind of escape from the real world in. But the constant feuding back and forth really kind of takes me away from the original purpose of Comicsgate, because I feel like it's kind of been lost. Nobody talks about the mainstream comic industry anymore. It's Comicsgate versus anti-Comicsgate. And the way that I've kind of seen this go down, because I've been following it pretty much since its inception, is that instead of railing against the mainstream industry and demanding that they service their customers and put out books that people want to actually buy and read, or railing against the SJWs that wanted to deplatform Comicsgate, is people that are Comicsgate and used to be Comicsgate fucking with one another, and that's completely pointless to me. Like, what is being accomplished here except trying to figure out whose dick is bigger? And I'll tell you the answer. Mine. Mine is bigger. End of discussion. Fight's over.
All right. If you were interested, I said it's a work in progress, but if you're interested, I sent you the cover for my upcoming book, Buckler Ascendant. I sent you that in general as well. It's not finished. I'm still just kind of figuring things out digitally because I'm going to be drawing it physically, but I'm just kind of figuring it out digitally.
Well, what I'm gleaning from all this is that John Dillard just can't finish any piece of artwork. He can get about halfway and it's all beautiful, but he just can't pull
That's right. I'm getting old as well. I can't finish.
through it. That's what my mom told me last night. Anyway.
No, but the thing is, like you were saying, yeah, there is a hierarchy of people that I want to see beef. You know, I don't want to see Ethan beefing with Mike anymore. That's a done deal.
Right.
It's boring. It's old. Mike is trash, and that's the way I feel about it.
Well,
I just can't stand the guy, his personality, and he's not anywhere near entertaining enough. I can't watch his show. He can't keep my attention. I want to see things happening. I want to hear witty banter.
Let me just kind of put it like this. With the anti-Comicsgate movement, and this is going to kind of hurt, so I'm going to finish this last finger of bourbon I have real quick, so just give me 1 second.
Oh, look at that Butler. He's so into what he's doing right now. He just got finished beating a bunch of protesters unconscious.
I have more respect for Renfamous than I do someone like Bean from PA or Pocket Jacks. Because Renfamous has at least been steady in her disavowal. Okay, she just hates everything, which is fine when you have raccoons living in your walls and your anus. But you know, when you go from supporting a movement and supporting a creator to just turning your back on them because they don't like somebody that you like, that just means you can't be trusted in any capacity, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. No, it's true. Because the people like Renfamous, or not people like Renfamous, but the people like Pocket Jacks, or the people like Bean from PA, or even to a lesser extent, Hope Fire.
Or fan advocacy.
They're
all of them were
advocacy. They're just constant shifters, and they all talk. They're constantly online talking about how they don't want nothing. But every time I see something that comes across my Twitter, it's them poking a stick at somebody.
Well,
you know, and I'm like, I can't take it. And the thing is, they're not. And this is something I cannot stress enough. You got to be interesting. You got to keep my attention, or else I don't care.
Well,
I just don't care about you.
It's like the Nick Rekieta stream that I mentioned earlier. During that debate, Nick Rekieta was obviously taking live chats, and this was before his, big dick energy $20 live chat rule, where he didn't read super chats that were below $20 until the end of the stream. So he was reading them in between each of their points, and everyone that I've just mentioned, with the exception of Pocket Jacks. I don't think Pocket Jacks was on there. But Fan Advocacy Network was on there. Bean from PA was on there. A couple of other anti-comic skaters were on there. And every one of them was sucking Ethan Van Sciver off during that debate with Jason Young, who, if you don't know who that is...
I mean, the thing is, people like Pocket Jacks, I mean, he's made it very clear that, yes, he did try to use CG to get his books more exposure. And when he couldn't get anything from that, or he didn't want to get anything more from that, he turned tail and he turned against it. And that's his main platform now. Is I'm very good at stirring up drama with Ethan, and he's responding to me when I do. So that's going to be my new MO. That he's stated that clearly, and I don't like that, but that's what he does. And the thing is, he has some people that like his videos. I don't, but some people do. So good for him.
Yeah. And, the last time I talked to him, I gave him a little bit of shit about the Gail Simone thing. He gave me a witty retort. We laughed about it. Somebody accused me of sucking him off. I'm like, fuck that. I don't like him any more than I did when I came on here, but I appreciate the fact that he actually can banter. But, I don't.
No, he can. And then he can keep my attention. So, good for him. Now, again, there's a lot more to it. I want entertainment. I want there to be, number one, I want there to be quality looking stuff out there.
Yeah.
Number two, I want some stories to go with it. I want some drama. I want some, I want a good story. I want to read the story and close the book and say, shit, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that's all that I care about personally. I
want to be entertained. If I'm sitting there and I'm listening to you live stream, I mean, come on. Do something that I want to listen to,
And I think that might be the main difference between you and I as a dichotomy. And Rick, I apologize for, monopolizing the show with Dillard in this particular capacity.
No problem.
But we'll finish up these last points here and get back to pimping your campaign and refresh it and all that. But I think that might be the difference between you and I, Dillard. I don't watch a lot of Comicsgate live streams simply because I just don't have time. Like, I am already invested into stuff like the Kill Stream. I'm already invested into the Dick Show. I'm already invested into Nick Rekieta. I don't have any other time for a lot of YouTube shows, so I'm just not that invested. All I see is the back and forth on Twitter, and all of that shit is boring. Like every bit of it is.
I'm the opposite. I watch all the shows. I'm not really on Twitter except when it's announced when I'm going live somewhere.
Yeah. So, but and not to bring up coronavirus again, but Twitter is.
Oh, you can mother.
Twitter is the place that I discovered. I discovered that there was a new disease spreading in China in mid-December, and that's where I started keeping up with it. And then Medicare started covering it. And, I tried to explain to people, hey, this might be something you want to pay attention to. And now I'm getting emails from my children's school that, we're prepared to, close down if it becomes a problem here. And the CDC's like, it's going to be a problem. Twitter is kind of how I stay plugged into the world because I stay in a cube all day. So... as far as YouTube goes,
I get you, and I sympathize, and I understand.
So you're saying you're one of the board?
Absolutely.
Oh Lord!
I mean, you see that I'm a robot.
Well, let me tell you something else. And this is the last thing I'm going to say about the subject.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, can I just kick you after this?
Shield. Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Let me pull the Canadian Shield.
And yes, Model 316 is making a valid point. Because flatulence spreads coronavirus, Canada will never survive.
That is correct. Yes.
All right, let me tell you why you should back the Canadian Shield.
At $1,500 to get Rick Piper into
at $1,500, I need at least 7 people to commit to the $1,500 tier.
Right. So that we can keep Rick Piper in America long enough for it to obliterate Canada.
The reason is so that we can keep Rick Piper on track, so that we can keep him on YouTube. The thing is, Rick has been constantly streaming every single day. Every single day. Sometimes 2 to 3 times per day. Trying to put out some sort of content that's going to entertain who knows who. And people have been trailing in. The thing is, his channel has not stagnated. His channel is growing very slowly, but it's growing. And every day he's out there plugging away at his comic, plugging away at his drawings, trying to keep people entertained. And he has a plan that I believe in, a plan to take his characters, his Christian morality-based characters, and create an entire universe.
Now,
and not just create the universe, but actually have the universe out there that is known. And these things they're very, very archetypal when it comes to good and evil. They're almost Jungian. You know what I mean? And it's all very cut and dry. There's no nuance. There's no dissecting heroes. It's very, I'm good or I'm bad. And the morality that is in the stories will benefit young readers. And because Rick is trying to get these books funded, not to the point where he, can make a large profit at one point, he has his whole itinerary set up so that he is going to be funding other artists, other creators to work on his characters and get these things rolling at a pretty fast clip. And it's going to be constant and consistent material. It's going to be constant and consistent. What do you call it? Just what's another word for material? Just the the stories. They're going to be coming out all the time. It's not a one and done. It's not a story that you got to wait another year for the next part of the story.
Well,
everything's ready. Everything's ready to be rolled out.
Let me jump in here real quick, because this actually kind of ties in with something that I've said multiple times over the course of promoting dozens of books on this channel. There's one thing that attracts me to a story or a creator more so than anything else. Flying Fortress, Monster MD, Downcast, Cyberfrog, Earthworm Jim, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. When I talk to someone, and I've talked to Mr. Rick Piper 3 times now, I believe, on stream. We've talked a few times outside of that. But this man has passion for what he's doing. He cares about his characters. He cares about putting a product in your hands that he believes in. He's not grifting. He's not trying to just make a buck. I mean, he's offering free shipping from fucking Canada into the US, into the UK, if you back it in the UK. This man is...
I've got somebody that's back in Finland, and they're getting free shipping.
This man wants to put a comic book in your hand. He doesn't want to take money out of your wallet, unless you're me. But he cares about what he's doing. He cares about the product he's putting out. He's doing everything that he can to tell his stories. And that is the one thing that I think that I can safely say separates fantastic indie creators from Marvel, from DC, from IDW, from current day Image. It's the thing that made, founding Image popular. It's the thing that made Todd McFarlane the most popular comic book creator in the country back in 1992.
And will you notice, another Canadian.
Oh, jeez, I gotta take a break. I'll be right back.
Dillard can't handle it. He's got it.
You do notice that we're trying to promote you here, Rick, and you're just, tearing it down?
No.
I'll be right back.
But this guy loves what he does, and he wants to share that with his customers. He wants to share that with his supporters. And that's something that I can only say probably about less than a dozen other people. Now, I don't know how many people this live stream will reach. I don't know how much support. I hope this gets back, because I want this book in my hands. But I can safely say that backing this campaign will not be a waste of money. This man is committed to his craft. And
yeah, I'm working on issue 2 right now, drawing it live on air. Right now on my, well, not this second, but, on my streams, I'm drawing number 2.
Where the fuck is your camera so I can share it live on air? What are you doing? I'm just fucking with you.
All right, I'm back. Did Rick stick his foot in his mouth?
No. Yeah, he did. He told me he was working on issue 2, but he doesn't have a video feed for me to pull up for the people.
Where is that, Rick? Where's the video feed?
I don't know how to do it through Discord either. It's my fault. We'll just give him a pass on that.
But yeah, I was hoping to get enough money through this campaign to pay somebody to do it up better, but that didn't look like it would work out, so I've started work on number 2. That way hopefully, sometime in July or August, after this one's, funded and everybody's got it, I can start up another campaign for issue 2 of the Canadian Shield, and another comic that'll go with it, Snowdrift #1. Yeah. So
another reason to back the Canadian Shield right now is to pave the way for 2 new comics in a couple of months.
Yeah. And the more money, and I'm all about customer service. You look at my thing, my whatchamacallit, my goal, my stretch goals. If I got high enough, you could back the $20 deal or the $25 deal, and you would easily get more than what you're paying for it. Say it, if I got up to $10,000.
Well, that's why we need 10 people right now to go put $1,500 on the Canadian Shield for that handwritten apology, a bottle of maple syrup, and Rick Piper showing up in your door with several passport stamps and a sticker mailing him to Abu Dhabi.
And that's why I've got free shipping. I want to make money off this, but I don't care about making. I care about making a huge amount, but I'd rather get it out there, get it in the hands of people, as best as I can.
Well, absolutely.
Sort of like we were talking about earlier, what Comicsgate, started out being about, treat your fans good and all that, give good customer service and all that.
Well,
and try and provide a good story. And good art and all that.
The one thing that I've taken away from Comicsgate as a hashtag or a movement or any of that is that it means something different to every individual that comes across it. At the core of the idea of CG, in my opinion, at least, is just great work by great people. And you fit both those categories. Both you guys do.
Thank you very much.
Dillard, you're a degenerate, but I love you for it. Rick, you're the best of us, and I can never live up to you, and I hate you for it, but I love both you guys.
Well, you're welcome.
Now,
I don't know if I would go that far with Dillard, but continue.
No, Dillard's definitely a degenerate.
I mean, like a little bit, but not like a whole bunch.
You've only beat off 3 times on the stream, so I'll give you a pass.
Well, you weren't talking to me. What was I supposed to do?
Now, because Dillard spoiled some of his own artwork, I have a commission in the works that I will spoil live on air. If you watch the Morning Decay with Optic Decay and Broski, you might have caught a peek of this, but here is the incarnation of the new church. Where the fuck is it? Come on, you piece of shit. Son of a bitch! Anyway. While I'm pulling this up, because I am a goddamn boomer and can do nothing right, I blame Ayrton. I always blame Ayrton, because that's the way to go.
Yes, pull the pants up, not pull it out.
Why not both?
This is the guy that was in here earlier that went to go draw. He was drawing this.
No. That is Atomic Denny. His version of church will be coming later.
Okay.
I've got several different versions of church from several different people, but this is the most current new version of church that people haven't seen yet. So I've got it pulled up now. That's
on the YouTube or in.
Oh, I can drop it in general as well if you don't have the stream up.
I do have the stream up. It's just not showing up.
It takes 20 seconds.
There's a 20-second delay.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah,
oh,
buddy.
that's nice.
That's actually my docs. That's what I look like right now.
Yeah, put it in general. I
just put it in general. Well, actually, I just put it in art and shit.
Trans.
Go to the.
Just put it in general so I can go through it and take a look at it.
Don't be gay. Just go to the art and shit.
Transform.
All right, it's in general, just for you. Well, it's gonna be in general. In just
He wants
a
to
second.
beat off to it.
Yeah, buddy. Well, there is an NSFW tag on, or NSWF, FW. Bourbon.
Not safe for work is what you mean.
Yeah, NSFW. Not safe for work.
Don't say the acronym. Just say not safe for work.
Look, man, I am internet building. Don't judge me.
Oh, somebody blew my mind, dude. They blew my mind the other day. They were like, I saw it somewhere on a YouTube channel or something. They said, why do people say www when it has like 9 syllables when you can say World Wide Web that has 3 syllables?
Why did you just do that to me? You know what? I need to kick you off the stream. Fuck you.
I can never unhear that now.
I can't. No. Luckily, I'm drinking, so I won't remember any of this tomorrow. But the image is in general for you. I think somebody from CG needs to pull Optic Decay out to do a book. Because if this is the level of drawing he does for commissions, like, can you imagine what he would do if he was actually getting decently paid?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is really good.
I don't understand the people in your chat that people said church is about to get fuckbucked. What does that mean?
Am I not paying attention to chat enough? Are they upset?
Church is about to get fucked.
I think it's because of the bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely go back to Shield.
Or Einbrock has a weird night plan after this stream.
Well, you know.
Oh, look, the medal is here. Ahoy, medal.
Oh, he means
Metal.
because the church is like bending over or whatever. The actual character on stream, okay. Yeah, he's bending over or whatever. And I actually think that's because I sent him a reference photo of Ayrton, and if he doesn't figure out where to put him before he gets done inking or whatever, I'm just gonna tell him to put him standing, like in my hand playing guitar.
That's kind of what I thought you were going to have him do.
I thought I'd put you on the shoulder, but I didn't realize that would make you so tiny that you would just be like indecipherable.
Hey guys, I gotta get going. I got dinner to go eat.
What are you talking about?
Already eat before the show?
No, I want to go get more soda.
What a bitch. This just proves, ladies and gentlemen, that John Dillard is a homosexual. He's confirming it live on air here. It's an exclusive.
Hold on a second. What is this? I'm going back in your stream and there's the autistic lantern.
Yeah.
Did I miss something here?
You did.
That's my comic book character.
Yeah. Oh Lord! You can't talk about being a homosexual. What are you putting out there?
Look, I didn't come up with it. One of his employees did.
Oh my goodness!
Now you're interested in saying, aren't you?
The more willpower he has, the stronger he is. So with the autistic lantern, the more autistic he is, the stronger he is. So he'll like smash his head against the wall if he needs more power and stuff, and start reeing.
Oh Lord! I knew a kid. I had to babysit a kid when I was in high school, and he tried to pick up a table, throw it at other kids because he was upset. And the thing was like
Wait, a motherfucking table?
Yeah, no, not just any table. Remember, you know those school tables that are like big metal long tables that are covered in like a thick coating of plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried. He actually thought in his head, "I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna chuck it at these kids." This fool ended up in a hospital because he tore all his back muscles trying to pick that bench up. I had to babysit this kid. He was a nightmare. And that was the thing. I was the only like big guy. I was the only big guy in the neighborhood that could actually like stop him from, going on his rampage.
Throwing tables.
Yeah.
I'm actually upset that I don't have a sound clip for the Dudley Boys where it's just like, Devon, get the table. Because I would hit that right.
Yeah, that was a true story. But yeah, I do got to go, guys. But thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, thanks for coming on, man. We definitely appreciate it. We look forward to the buckler ash can.
Always have fun with
the buckler proper. Yeah.
And you guys need to start streaming when when I'm not sleeping. You know.
If only I could stream when I was working, it'd be great. But
yeah, I was going to say that would require them not to be working.
Well, I stream when I work sometimes, Rick. You know that.
Yeah, well, they're not truck drivers, so they're not sitting around for hours when I'm doing nothing but waiting to get loaded or unloaded.
Hey, I'm a truck driver, not Caltrans, all right? I don't sit around doing nothing.
No, I get loaded on stream.
No, but you do sit and wait to get loaded, though.
Say what now?
No, I said I get loaded on stream.
Oh, damn.
And I said you do sit around waiting to get a huge load, so.
No, I gotta give my werewolves to all the people around town.
But anyway,
but thank you so much. I do gotta get out of here though.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right,
we appreciate you.
buddy.
I'm gonna kick you from
the
stream.
Okay, later, John.
And don't forget to go sub to DillardDraws, the superior channel.
No, shut up. I'm gonna kick you.
Now.
Get out.
All right, time to kick.
If you don't have room, unsub to this channel and go sub to John Dillard.
I'm kicking DillardDraws right now.
Dillard, I think you're going through a tunnel. We can't hear you anymore.
What are you doing? Up. Nope, he's gone. He's gone. He's out. Thank you to Mr. John Dillard for coming on the show. We definitely appreciate him. I'm gonna make sure I didn't actually kick him out of the server. I wanted to just kick him from the voice chat. Oh no, he's still in the server. He's just
okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's good. You didn't kick him out of the server.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might have to serve you.
Anyway. Let's see if. What the fuck? Did I actually?
No, I'm wanting Denny.
Huh? What about Denny? Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
What are you trying?
Oh, no.
Hey.
No. Sorry. Hold on. Wait a minute. Also, there's no dash in between stone and cold. That's why I didn't play.
I copy and pasted what you did from
no,
Twitter.
there is a dash. Wait a minute.
Funny
he
story.
wasn't in the book.
Right. So funny story about that. What I just posted in the bot commands was actually the Snapchat address of that thought I was talking to.
Sexy.
I was wondering what the hell you were doing.
Yeah, some Snapchat thought got a hold of me on a dating site, and so I was just trolling her on Snapchat. And but to add her on Snapchat, I copy and pasted her name, and I forgot that was in my clipboard.
Sexy.
I thought it was the bot commands.
Nice. Good
so
job.
You just doxed some poor thought in our Discord.
Well, I didn't dox her. I doubt that's her real name. I think she's some probably a middle-aged man. Almost assuredly.
Probably. Have you got a Facebook yet?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can download Facepics.
No, but what you do is when you do it, you request them to touch their right ear with their left pinky.
Yeah, no, that's what I was doing. Was I was telling her to do stuff, and she was like, "I'm not gonna do that." And I was like, "All right, you're not real." Anyway,
yeah, write the date on your pinky like a mustache, and then dox it.
Church saw what I was sending her. Church saw the kind of stuff I was sending her. Church gets it. Anyway, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about 5G? Do we want to talk about Gail Simone?
I'm curious
I don't
as
know,
to what the hell you have to say about Gail
I'm
Simone.
Oh,
Also, do you see the stream?
tempted to go fuck with this thought.
well, I don't know. I think that we're on the cusp of AT&T shutting down the print division of DC Comics, and I just think it's real interesting to look back at some of Gail Simone's tweets,
Well,
like that whole
real quick.
"Sorry,
Denny.
we ruined the comic book industry." ... Not sorry.
Am I gonna have
Or
to go
like
full
them with their
rackets to
dumb
make him
fucking
listen to me?
milkshakes. No, I'm listening. I'm
Okay,
just finishing
all
my
right.
point.
All right. Are you watching the stream? Do you see the stream?
No, I can't see the stream.
Okay.
I'm on my phone.
Check the general then.
Okay, give me a second.
That's
What did you put on the stream?
No, I've still got the church up in the stream.
Oh,
I just want Danny to see his competition. That's all.
I gotcha.
That's the work in progress from Mr. Optic Decay over on the Morning Decay.
Okay, what am I supposed to be seeing in general here?
The last picture I posted.
Do you not see the picture?
That picture of church. It's a sweet
Yeah.
drawing. Is that DillardDraws?
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
Optic.
Oh, that's Optic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good.
So that's
Okay.
we gotta no. I know yours is obviously going to be better because you're the greatest.
Oh well,
You're like the Muhammad.
I'm not saying that.
You're the Muhammad Ali of art. Young, big hands.
I thought you were just gonna say he was the Muhammad of art.
No, man, I'm not trying to get suicide. Where did Cross?
I'm not trying to get put on a fatwa.
Where did? Oh, there he is. Mr. Rick Piper, did we scare you off?
No, I clicked the general and chat to see what you're talking about, and I went out of the
Well,
chat.
there's a general voice channel and a general text channel. If you go into the text channels, you're fine. But
Oh yeah, I see. I went into I just saw general and clicked it, and it's like, oops.
yes, absolutely. Diddy owns the car from the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee.
Who does what?
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
That's
Sure.
new lore for the show. Yeah.
Yep. That's my car.
But anyway,
I own the actual one from the Dukes of Hazzard, not a replica, the real one.
Now, what did you have?
Which one?
Okay, go ahead. Have the General Lee conversation.
No, I was just gonna say which one because they had several hundred on the show.
Yeah, no, the one, that one.
The one
That's
that jumped the one that jumped the gap every time. They made that one recording. That's the one he owns.
Yeah, the famous jumping scene where they're going over the hay bales. That's the one.
Okay.
But no, what did you what kind of information did you have about Gail Simone that you wanted to bring up?
Oh, I don't have any new information about Gail Simone. I just have her old retardation to draw on. I just like her whole sorry we ruined comic books. ... Not sorry. Like, well, look at DC Comics Publishing Wing is probably about to shut down. It's not so funny anymore, is it? It's not so cute. You're not going all over Twitter and posting your cute, snarky "look at me drinking a milkshake" comments.
No, she's posting like 15 tweet threads about how she thinks that people that don't like her stories are literal demons.
Well, I think people that write stories like her are fat cows. And Gail's not proving me wrong.
Well, here's the problem that I have with Gail Simone. Once upon a time, she was a professional. Just like Mark Waid. I don't know what changed in society that just broke these people.
I do.
You think it was Trump?
You don't? Yeah, it was the 2016 election changed everything. It became polarized.
I was going to say too much tofu, but continue.
Well, I've said this before. Trump is president bad guy. Trump is Cobra Commander. Trump is he's the Decepticons.
He's Eggman.
Trump is Dr. Evil. Yeah, he's Eggman. He's Bowser. He's the bad guy.
Dr.
He's
Wily.
the bad guy, and the bad guy won.
Lord Zed.
And these people all see themselves like the good guys. They can't.
Lord Zed
they
with
can't-
a Trump hairpiece.
Yes. That sounds like a what? That sounds like who's the guy that does My Hero Magademia and the Maga Lord? Tim Lim. That sounds like a Tim Lim comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power Trumpers. It's just Lindsey Graham in a Power Rangers outfit.
No, it would be the MAGA Rangers. It would be the MAGA Rangers, and they would just be the Power Rangers, but they would all have Trump
It'd be
hair.
Mitch McConnell. Who's the other one?
Instead of the Red Ranger, it'd be the Orange Ranger.
Let's see. It'd be Mitch McConnell. It'd be Lindsey Graham. Who's the? Well, I guess Ivanka would be one of them. Trump would be Zordon. That'd be great.
Yeah, Trump's head is Zordon.
Right.
Hey, Tim Lim, are you listening? We're trying to pitch you a comic here, Tim Lim.
I'll DM him on Twitter later. That'd be great.
Who would be Alpha? Hey.
That would be Mitch McConnell.
No, that would be Lindsey Graham. Let's get it right. He's short enough.
No, you're right. Alpha would be Lindsey Graham.
All right. So you had that. You had 5G. What was the other? Who cares? You had?
Oh, talking about Tonka Song, the Kumite. I could go on about Tonka Song, the Kumite. Some crippled Indian man that wears face paint.
Oh, the guy that couldn't show up to a fight.
Feather or Dot?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about him, but he's 1,000-0 in fight. His fight record is 1,000-0. It's incredible.
Actually, doesn't he have a default one because he didn't show up to fight Andy Worski?
Oh no! See, you don't understand. There was a mistake in the contracts. That's not actually a loss on his part. He didn't lose that. He didn't bitch out of the fight and not show up because he's a pussy.
Oh, he refunded. He refunded all the money that people gave him to prepare for this event because he didn't go.
No. See, you're not understanding. There was a mix-up in the contracts, which makes him not viable for any of the mistakes made. He didn't sign the wrong name. He didn't try and pull some bullshit on the contracts. And sign under a name that wasn't his legal name to make them void.
Idea what we're talking about. This is some deep internet lawyer shit. This is some deep internet drama. Back in 2018, there was a popular show on YouTube called The Kumite. It was hosted by a gentleman with the moniker of Tonka Saw. And his claim to fame is a wrestling clip channel. They started doing a morning show because the time slot was basically empty on YouTube. Tonka Saw and My Namesake, Failure Accomplished. And one of their most popular shows before Internet Blood Sports, which is what JF Garapy or JF Gay Rapey calls...
Gay Rapey? JFK Rapey, the potato farmer?
Yeah, that's what he calls the MMA of internet debates, where anything goes, except in a debate you can't have anything go because there has to be some form of moderation. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Hello.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Can't do it yet. Well, you forgot something. I'll do it for you, just like I had to for Denny. Nope, I got you. I have intro music for you people, and you don't use it. I don't know what to do with you.
I tried. To be fair, I tried, and I posted a whore's name.
I guess that counts.
That counts as much as anything.
But anyway, just to finish filling Rick in here, there was a popular morning show that used to run 2-3 hours a day, and sometimes 8. Sometimes they'd go for 8-hour streams, right? And
Yeah, it was good in the early days.
Is that a morning stream then?
Well,
So
Or is that just an all-day stream?
Can I give a brief recap of the Kumite for
Absolutely.
anybody that doesn't know? Because I
Sure.
feel like I can do it very quickly.
sure.
All
Do
right,
it.
so there was a crippled Indian that liked wrestling, that was a big tough guy, and there was a fat Cuban man that was very passive, kind of a fence
careful,
sitter. I think
careful,
even he'll admit.
Careful.
No, failure. The actual failure accomplished.
I love failure.
Is a good Twitter friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Twitter. Yeah, no, Church and I are good buddies. Or not Church. Failure and I are good buddies. And yeah.
Yeah, we're not
I
buddies.
used to
I hate you.
I think the first time I actually ever talked to Failure. Yeah, no, we're not buddies. The first time I ever talked to Failure, I think I told him straight up that I used to dislike him because I thought he made the Kumite suck because he was always trying to rein in Tonka Saw. But then I realized Tonka Saw is absolutely retarded. Failure was the best part of the Kumite, without a doubt.
Oh, I always loved Failure on the Kumite, just the way he would.
I fart in your general direction.
That's to you.
Is it another person here?
No,
I love Monty Python.
that
Hey,
was just.
I'm
to
not
you.
trying to be mean to Failure.
No, I was
Well,
just.
I'm not trying to be mean to
I
Failure.
was just playing on
I
the
think
fact that I hate
Failure-
you now. Like that's the lore. I hate you now.
Failure. Oh, I see. You and I are in a feud.
Right, we're beefing.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
Maybe it'll
fire
get me
all
some
of us,
views.
Church.
Well, maybe you
I
can
think-
have a failure to hate him.
I think Failure would even admit that he was fat and he was Cuban. Like those are both indisputable things.
I mean, he's lost weight. I think.
Yeah, no, that's why I said he was fat.
Didn't he find it again though?
Yeah.
No, I
He found a little bit of it.
No, I found
Failure,
it. That was the
Failure's
problem.
a really good guy though.
Anyway,
But anyway, that crippled Indian and that fat Cuban had a show together, and eventually people would start to come on and air out their beefs with other internet personalities. And it started out small with people you might not care about, like Ryby or Liz Reptile or Zephinorian. A bunch of people nobody really cared about. But people like to listen to them come on and scream at each other. And this attracted the attention of larger personalities like Harmful
yes, baby.
Opinions, Bearing, Sargon of Akkad, Ethan Ralph, Mr. Medicare, even Dick Masterson.
Coach Red
So
Pill.
larger Coach Red Pill, larger personalities.
Nick
began
Fuentes?
Yeah, Nick Fuentes, Richard Spencer,
V.
even V. A lot of people, I guess, is the point. But a lot of larger personalities started to latch on to this idea of we can have retards scream at each other, or we can be the retards that go on and scream at each other and make a lot of money off super chats. And for a while, that genre of internet blood sports branched out. See, Church, I think, made a mistake earlier when he said internet blood sports was a show that was on the Kumite. No, internet blood sports was a genre of entertainment that originated from the Kumite, and it would birth shows like Warski Live and
The
to a
Public
lesser
Space.
extent the Ralph Retort,
No,
the Public Space.
the Ralph Retort was always a political show that hosted blood
That-
sports events.
that's what
between
I'm saying.
political
Well, that's what I'm
districts.
saying. Blood sports kind of injected itself into some of the Ralph Retort shows, but blood sports really wasn't a thing before the Kumite started it up. I'll give the Kumite credit for that. I think it birthed the genre of entertainment that became internet blood sports, and that would go on to create many shows that are still going on today. You could even say the Drunken Peasants came before the Kumite and kind of birthed it, because Andy Worski and Jeff Holiday and Onision and many internet Armored Skeptic, Shoe on Head, they appeared on the Drunken Peasants and fought with retards long before the Kumite came along. So really, but that's what internet blood sports is, and that's really what the Kumite is notable for, is popularizing that genre of entertainment.
Wasn't Milo Yiannopoulos on that drunken peasant?
Oh
Wasn't who? Sorry, what?
Milo.
Yeah, Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, Milo Yiannopoulos was on it. They had a lot of big name people. Richard Spencer, I believe, appeared on it before he appeared on like the Ralph Retort or anything like that.
Oh, on the topic of Richard Spencer, what do you think about Richard Spencer's ideal burger?
Oh, that's hot stuff.
I think that
it's hot
yeah,
stuff.
you can get it at a number of places.
Yep. Grilled onions and Swiss.
Caramelized onions, Swiss.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that's hot stuff.
Wasn't it caramelized mushroom?
No, it was onions.
No, it was onions.
I could swear there was mushrooms on some sort of picture of fucking Richard Spencer's favourite burger for some reason. I could swear it was these stupid looking mushroom things. Not like the big stupid ones, but...
You're going to make me look up the clip, aren't you?
I got my philosophical disagreements with Richard Spencer, but he's right. That's a damn good burger.
Really is.
It really.
I got this. I got it. Don't worry. Go ahead. Continue, Jim.
Are you putting it on the thing?
Huh?
After this clip, do you want me to keep going off about 5G?
Well, what were you saying? What were you saying, Rick?
Are you gonna put it up on the YouTube, the clip, or?
Yeah, I'll put it in the it's only 15 seconds, so I'll put it in the show suggestion chat. If you look right above the show chat, it's under show suggestions, so all you guys can pull it up if you want to. But it's literally only 15 seconds, so I'm just gonna pull it up on the stream. Let me know when you guys got it queued up.
I've had some good burgers in my time.
Richard, no, not yet, Richard. You guys ready?
Hey, Richard, what's your favorite kind of burger?
Hold on.
Me?
Is everybody? No, not Rick.
Hold on.
Richard. Let me know when everybody's ready.
I'm ready. I just asked him a question.
Okay, I'm ready.
You got it, Rick?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Novel Bro?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, hit and play right now. Hey, Rich, what's your favorite kind of burger?
I've had some good burgers in my time. I love a good Swiss melted Swiss cheese and roasted mushrooms and caramelized onions on a
roasted mushrooms and caramelized onions. So hit and play right here at 9 seconds.
Burger. That is hot stuff. You can get that at a number of different places.
You can get it at a number of places.
We can get it at a number of places. It's hot stuff.
Especially the high-class joints, you know, the ones with the decent chefs.
Now, Rick, if you're not familiar, Richard Spencer is a pretty well-known alt-right figure. Some would say white supremacist.
Also, possible federal asset.
He believes in the quote-unquote ethno-state. None of these ideologues do I agree with, but his taste in burgers, fucking spot on, mate.
I believe after the Charlottesville rally, Milo Yiannopoulos just recently released a recording of him talking about bikes, how much he hates bikes, how much he should be the one ruling over bikes.
I don't remember that, but I do remember a certain clip about octagons.
Oh wait, I remember a certain Richard Spencer clip. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but there's a video apparently of him absolutely steaming drunk, or fucking at some bar or something, like some sort of fucking karaoke bar, singing Depeche Mode's "All I Ever Wanted."
Are you talking about candid footage of the quartering?
In fact, there's every chance it could be. I don't know. It's so far back in the timeline. It's ridiculous.
Let's reel it back in here, just real quick.
Yeah.
Rick Piper, good sir.
Yo.
What is your relationship with mainstream comics? Do you actually read any Marvel DC books still, or?
I haven't for a couple of years. Most of mine, I was. I wasn't. How do I say it? Without getting myself in trouble. I'd read them. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I fell off reading them just because I couldn't get them on a regular basis
That's understandable.
to read them. Otherwise, I was reading, DC and Marvel mainly,
What are your?
And then, I started up the YouTube and haven't had a lot of reason to read them.
Fucking YouTube is a time sink. I don't know why anyone would run a YouTube channel. I definitely don't understand why anybody would host the OBS to let a bunch of shit posters come on a channel and just ruin it. But to each their own.
Hey, my intro's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I have to play it every time.
He's got you
there. Now, before I let Diddy go off again, what characters did you follow in DC Comics, Rick?
Well, pretty much. Well, Green Lantern, Superman, Batman, Flash.
So
a little bit of Wonder Woman.
So, are you ready for Green Lantern to basically be a self-insert of Brian Michael Bendis' daughter? Do you think that will be exciting to read?
I hope so.
I've got a bridge to sell you in San Francisco, Mr. Piper.
Yeah.
If you think that's going to be a good book.
I must admit,
I'll take payment in maple syrup and apologies. It's fine.
I must admit, my favorite Green Lantern is Kyle Rayner. Because that's when I got onto.
Look, the crab mask is best mask.
Kyle Rayner is a good Green Lantern. Brian Michael Bendis.
Of course, an artist would say that. No fucking love for Guy Gardner. I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Guy Gardner's cool, but Guy Gardner also his backstory is the most muddled out of any of the Green Lanterns.
Well, Warrior destroyed that character. I'm just gonna put it out there, even though I kind of loved Warrior.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is it was bad, and I loved it because it was bad, just kind of like Rom.
I'd say Guy's my third or favorite Lantern. I'm not sure.
Who?
Did you know
John
Guy
Stewart's
Gardner?
My favorite Lantern. So.
Well, that makes you gay, Ayrton. John Stewart's lame. Look at me, I can make shapes. I'm cool.
He's practical and utilitarian with the use of it. That's what I like.
YouTube Basketball Americans.
Exactly
hey. YouTube Basketball Americans can take it to Knoxville. Okay, we'll schedule a chess boxing match. We'll get Novel Bro to referee. It'll be great.
Can we do old-fashioned fisticuffs?
Well, no, but you have to dress up like your favorite Green Lanterns. That means you have to wear blackface.
I'm totally down.
You know what? I'll fight John Stewart in a ring because he doesn't know how to make a boxing glove.
See what I did there, Novel Bro?
No, he doesn't have to wear blackface. He has to wear black body. He paints himself all black.
Oh, you got to go full Trudeau.
Do you really think I'm above
Fury on his
doing blackface?
God, I hope
how long
not.
have we been doing this show?
I hope not. I'm trying to get some viewers on here in 2020. Anyway, continue, Atomic Denny. Just go ahead and throw the black pill at Rick. Just go ahead and.
Fuck it.
Oh, well, I don't know. Brian Michael Bendis is a plague. 5G is a terrible, terrible idea. No aspect of it is anything that comic book readers want to buy. It's absolutely not the thing to inject new lifeblood into DC Comics publishing. That was the whole idea. We need something that's going to draw in new readers. What do they want? What do people want now? What's the best thing? Oh, I know. Polarizing social issues that are going to alienate 50% of our audience. That'll draw new readers.
Or animated.
Or what?
Anime titties.
No, that's degenerate. No.
He's not
That's
wrong.
the other end of that spectrum, though.
I don't know. I guess I really don't have. I mean, I've made my points about 5G. Captain Cold Jr. being the Flash, Teen Lantern being Green Lantern, Batwing being Batman, Jonathan Kent being Superman. These are all bad choices. I don't know what they're going to do for Wonder Woman, but probably something retarded.
Well,
It's a bad idea across the board. I just can't.
I just wanted you to reiterate the fact that they were replacing all of the classic characters with essentially self-inserts from the artist and the writers.
Yes.
And
wave goodbye to canon, then.
Also, I wanted to point out that while they're doing this, they're also going to continue the legacy print run with $8 comic books with the legacy characters.
Which is disgusting in and of itself.
An $8 comic
Batman
book is disgusting.
Is DC's
from
bread and butter.
Like, Diamond Distribution is cancer.
Bruce Wayne, Batman, fighting the Joker, fighting Catwoman, fighting Poison Ivy. That is DC's bread and butter. That's where DC makes its money, and they know it. They know that there are going to be suckers that are still going to pay $8 to get a classic Batman book. Otherwise, you can pay $3.99 and get the drivel with Batwing or Teen Lantern that we're pumping out. So what would you rather do? It's all just a ploy. I don't know. The comic book industry is dying. You can, if you look at this with any kind of perspective, you can see it from a mile away. It's just like how Marvel misreports their sales by having 1,000 variant covers for every book, so they can say this book sold 50,000 copies. Well, that book sold 50,000 copies because if you wanted a variant, you had to order 500 of them. So, like,
correct.
I don't know. It's all just it's schemes and scams, if I can say. And if you're looking for schemes and scams, then get out.
Look, I don't want to denigrate the use of white drugs on Methwin.
I just had to allude to it because, I mean, they can complain about comics, but Comicsgate being full of, oh, this is grifters. Oh, this is people trying to make money. They're not giving away their books for free. Oh, these are people that are trying to profit. These are people that are trying to supplant the comic book industry. And it's like the comic book industry is the one that's built on schemes and scams. The comic book industry is the one that's trying to make a profit on you for not giving you any kind of a serviceable good. They're the real ones that Methwin should be upset at, but it's easier to take pot shots at Comicsgate. But that's a whole different discussion. I was just making a joke.
I think that the classic stuff, actually, that's $8. I think they're going to be bigger than the normal 24 pages of 20 or 24 pages of comic reading. I think they're supposed to be like double or triple the size.
Well, that's all well and good.
Allegedly.
And I'm just going to take a moment here to shout out Mrs. Church, because I don't know anyone's relationship status currently on the stream, and honestly, that's not the topic of the show. But I have to put out that regardless of your relationship status, no one will ever have anyone as good as Mrs. Church, because I have a DC Holiday Special printing, which is the first appearance of Frank Miller's Batman. The first time that Frank Miller ever penciled or took a hack at Batman, and it's 60, 70 pages or something of that nature, and the price tag on it is $1.25. With current inflation, that book should cost no more than $3. So the fact that they're putting an $8 price tag on a comic book, excuse my French, Mr. Piper, because I know you. Again, you're the best of us, and all of us are better for having known you. But you can suck my cock with an $8 price tag on a comic book.
I get you. All I'm saying is, it's. I'm not sure whether I compare it to a graphic novel like that. Probably not that many pages. More than the $4 or $5 that you pay, or $3.
Here's the thing, though. If you can get a graphic novel, or you can get a trade, I'm not even going to say graphic novel, because let's be completely honest with ourselves. Unless it was an independent publisher, there haven't been any real graphic novels out of the big two in 10 years. They just keep reprinting the same ones.
That's fair. Yeah, that's definitely fair to say. I mean, there maybe have been some things that are technically labeled as graphic novels.
They take 6 sequential issues and put them in a bound square cover, and they charge $15-20 for it. So you're telling me that 80 pages of story is worth $8 when it comes with a paper cover? You can kiss my black ass.
And on that note, I think I'm going to have to say goodnight, guys. Kiss Church's black ass.
Oh, yeah.
But for real, I got to get out of here. Thanks for having me on the show, though.
Anytime, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Denny.
Yeah, no problem.
Before we close,
I know that.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I know that Church and I are feuding in terms of show storyline right now.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
But Ayrton, you're still fired.
Can I fire Denny?
No.
I mean, I'm just gonna play this, and whoever it applies to, it applies to.
You're fired.
Ayrton, you're fired. It's Donald Trump from the clip. I'm saying you're fired.
Denny, go home. You're drunk.
Yes, I am, and I am home. So.
Are we gonna have to start feuding too?
All right, see you guys.
All right,
see you,
Later.
God damn it! Everybody's feuding in there. I thought I'd be the first one in there. I don't got nobody to feud with, man. Everybody loves me. I hate it.
That's right.
Don't fire away to feud with, eh?
Look, I will fucking chest box you any day of the week, Novel Bro. Fuck you.
I love that. I love that energy. That's beautiful.
That's right.
That's right.
I still want to get Novel Bro in a ring with a comic book hut.
Yeah, him, Rob Liefeld, any of them. If anyone want to have a little squawk, they can have a little squawk.
Rob Liefeld has to fight me first. Fuck that. He has to fight me before he gets to you. I'm not the final boss.
You know what? That sounds like a good plan. That sounds good.
We'll be the main card of that event, but you'll get second dibs at him or me, depending on who wins. He's a wiry little fuck.
The funny thing is, I've been thinking a lot about Andy Worski of late. You know, he's...
Yeah. You mean Jesus Ray Swirsky?
Yeah, I've been thinking about challenging him, because he never really did fight Based Alaska, did he?
Please do.
Well, I'd fight him or Based Alaska, get the whole IBS thing up to an actual fight rate.
You're not even drunk enough for this conversation. What are you doing? I'm gonna put a kibosh on that real quick.
How bold of you to assume that?
I can hear it in his voice. He's a Scot.
Yeah, that's true. They always sound drunk.
Sober as well. And if I'm saying that sober as well, it seems more likely to happen.
But before we continue this conversation off air, Mr. Rick Piper, I am going to open the floor to you, sir. We're going to bring up your. Oh shit! I deleted it. I can bring it back up. Give me 1 second.
What?
No, I got it. We're gonna look at the Canadian Shield one more time before we close off the air. Unfortunately, it seems that no one has as big a dick energy as I do. But live on air, I back the Canadian Shield.
And I thank you very, very much.
And I encourage everyone that is listening to the sound of my voice, whether now or in the future, to back the Canadian Shield issue 1.
Do it.
But I will release the floor to you, Mr. Piper. What are your final thoughts before I close down this shit show that you have so graciously been a part of?
Well, thank you very much, first of all, for having me and John on. Thank you for backing the book. I do have a contest going on till the end of the Saturday, really. Make your own version of the Canadian Shield. Tell me what the powers are and a little bit of the history. And then Monday, I'm going to have it show off all the people that put in an entry. And we're going to have a straw poll for whoever does win, and whoever wins the straw poll, their version is going to be made into a trading card for the campaign. So you'll get that with each physical tier.
Definitely send me a link to that when you get it set up. I will promote the hell out of it.
Which? Oh, the straw poll and all that?
Everything, all of it. I will retweet it. I will promote it. I will make sure that any streams you're on in between now and then get as much exposure as humanly possible, sir.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, go back to Canadian Shield. You won't regret it, as you heard tonight. I've got big and lofty plans, and somehow they're going to come to fruition.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Anyway, with that said, Novel Bro, do you have any final thoughts for the fine folks that have stuck around for all of this? And I apologize for not being as interactive with the chat as I usually am, but I definitely want to give a big shout out to Matt Christie, Captain Weeb, Einbrecht, Atomic Denny, Erica, Novel Bro, who is here, Jeremy, Metal Darb, Model 316, which Austin 316 says I just kicked your ass. And I think that's everybody, but if I missed you, that doesn't mean I don't love you. Novel Bro is best husbando. Actually, Novel Bro is best waifu, which is why I have a Novel Bro Dakimakura printed in my bedroom right now. My wife hates it, but Mrs. Church is best Mrs. Church, and she, allows my degeneracy. So it's basically just a body pillow with Groundskeeper Willie printed on it, but he's definitely saying something anti-Semitic, so it's fine.
It's beautiful, beautiful. No, I want to buy one. Where's the online shop where I can buy my Groundskeeper Willie fucking body pillow? I want that. I want that now.
Well, you have to custom make them if you want him saying something bad about the tribe.
Exactly, because the tribe just fucked me over today on YouTube. Cheeky fucking bastard. Susan are gonna have one.
No, we love you, Susan. You're a wonderful human being.
Save it.
Don't save it for the after show, Novel Bro.
It's all right. Just you and me, Susan. You leave fucking chess
boxing.
Everyone else out.
Chess boxing, Knoxville, next month. Call. Anyway, Ayrton, do you have anything to say to the people before I just kill this in a bloody fashion?
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was about to say back Canadian Shield and do.
Definitely do that. But what did you say, Ayrton?
Hey.
I said good night, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Now I can actually end the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And we will see you guys this Saturday. No show tomorrow. No show. But Saturday, we will be back. Until then, have a good one.